Hi folks, this is Steve, the Cardboard Cultist, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Fallout, the board game. And this is a 1 to 4 player game from Fantasy Flight Games based on the hugely popular video game series. So this one is very much a story-driven thematic experience. Each game begins by selecting a scenario, setting up the primary plot and story arc. And for this video, I'm going to be playing through the Commonwealth. And for each scenario, you'll get a card that shows you how to set up the map and gives you all the setup requirements that you need, like initial quests or any other requirements. Then, over on the other side of the card, you'll get the information about any enemies you might encounter, along with the faction track. So in this scenario, we've got the Railroad and the Institute, and throughout the game, both of these factions are going to be vying for control over the wasteland. And their progress is going to be measured on that track running down the left-hand side. And that faction advancement is not only going to play a big part in the story, it's also likely to play a big part in the endgame win condition. Each player is going to have their own agenda cards that they'll be working towards, and these are those small cards with the thumbs up symbol over on the left of the screen. You'll start the game with one agenda card, and you'll gain access to more as you complete quests. And these agenda cards might include things like trying to advance one faction over another, or more generic goals like exploring the map, or even hoarding drugs. So how are we going to achieve all this? Well, on your turn, you're going to get 2 actions, and the possible actions include moving, fighting, exploring, attempting to complete quests, resolving encounters, either at settlements or out in the wastelands, or camping to recover some health. So for people who have played any Fantasy Flight games in the past, most of these actions are going to be fairly familiar. With the exception of encounters and quests, you can trigger the same action twice in one turn, which is a departure from some Fantasy Flight games and really helps you get around the map or explore new areas without wasting actions. And there are plenty of other cool twists thrown in to make gameplay feel fresh. So along with trying to further your own agendas, you're also going to be leveling up and fighting your way across the wastelands. Combat is simple but effective and evokes the Fallout theme perfectly. When you engage with an enemy, you roll the combat dice and be looking to hit the enemy's vulnerable areas. Each time you hit the target area, you'll deal damage. But for any pips showing on the dice, you'll get hit back. Level 1 enemies deal 1 damage per pip and take 1 hit to kill. Level 2 deal 2 and take 2 hits to kill. And similarly, level 3 enemies take 3 hits to kill and hit for 3 damage per pip. Meaning those super mutants and deathclaws can really swing. And it's quite possible to get taken out in one exchange if you're not correctly tooled up. It's a really neat system that not only feels incredibly thematic, but also means you don't get bogged down in long, protracted combat engagements. Leveling up your character is also handled in an efficient way. After killing enemies, you'll advance along your XP track equal to the enemy's level, and certain quests will also give you advancements. You'll move your XP tracker from letter to letter for each XP you gain. When there's not a letter available, you simply reset your XP track and level up, taking new letters and picking one to add to your track. And these letters give you opportunities to re-roll dice during certain quests, or if you have weapons or equipment that trigger re-rolls. If you can't add a letter, you instead gain a perk that's going to grant you other benefits. As you add more letters, you get more re-roll opportunities, thus becoming stronger. But you'll also be leveling up slower as more letters are on your board. You also have your health and radiation tracker on that player board. The green radiation peg is moving from left to right, and the red health peg is moving from right to left. If the 2 pegs ever meet, well, you're dead, and you have to respawn, resetting your health, but leaving your radiation marker where it is. If, after recovering health from a death, you're still dead due to excessive radiation, then that's permadeath. But unless you've been bathing in radiation, this shouldn't happen too often. It's all very simple, but incredibly elegant. And I know that's a word we use a lot when talking about board game mechanics, but it fits nicely here. Everything is simple to track, but very effective, and evokes the theme of the game perfectly. The components are really nice, and the character sculpts themselves are first class and some of the best we've seen from Fantasy Flight. You're going to get a strong sense of theme without compromising on mechanics. The agenda cards can feel a little frustrating if you're not drawing into the cards that you want or need, but this game is all about theme and all about story. If you want an immersive, thematic experience, then make sure you check this one out. But until next time, take care and thanks for watching.